But yeah, I want a 9-second, even if it's just barely a high 9-second stick shift, daily drivable, full interior, AC, nothing sacrificed street car. That is my end goal with this new 6.0. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is going to be one of many upcoming videos where I boost the Camaro. This is actually a Z01 Supercharger off of a 5th gen Camaro. Also went ahead, I ordered a 2.4 inch pulley. I wanted to go a little bit smaller, try to crank as much boost out of this thing as I can, just because I do have the 5.3. Now, I had my car over at Tune Time Performance yesterday. That is where I have the tuning all done. I got a baseline number pretty much the last time it's going to be ran NA. But this time it put down 341 horsepower and 311 foot-pounds of torque. So today I'm finally going to be getting around to installing the accessory drive. As you can see, I got all of the LS1 F-body accessories removed. Now the first order of business is going to be to install the crank pulley. I am going to have to drill and pin that. So water pump is on. Next step, I guess, is going to be to break into the LSX Concepts kit and let's start putting on some shiny stuff. Now, my last video, I went and installed the new accessory drive. So today, I'm going to be charging up the AC, but I'm just gonna keep shaking this up, let it suck the whole can in. So today is gonna be fuel system day for the Camaro. I'm gonna be swapping out the fuel pump. Only thing left to do now is gonna be, I gotta cut these guys off and I'm gonna put AN fittings on there. But little by little, she is coming along. This is it, the day has finally come. I am putting the blower on the car. And you can see how much it sticks up above the fender. It actually closes. So today we're going to be installing the AEM meth kit. That's going to do it for this video. Be on the lookout for the next one. I'm going to be installing the wideband. Alright, so on my left here I have the old sheet, and on my right is the new sheet with the Supercharger. We're looking at 510 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels and 529 horsepower. So that's almost a 200 horsepower gain at the wheels. So last night the Camaro went to the track for the first time with the LSA blower. So yeah, the inevitable happened. My Tembo blew up. Now, as you can see, I decided on the Strange S60. So what I have behind me are a pair of 15 by 10 Race Star rims on Mickey Thompson ET Street drag radials. So today I'm heading back down to the track with the new rear, new drag radials, and we're gonna see what the car is gonna do. First run of the day, I know, is what you guys are most interested in, and that gave me a 10.8 at 133. I think just because now that it's hooking really good, the clutches can't hold on anymore. So yes, I went with the LT1S triple disc. Oh, that is terrific. So I'm headed down to ACO today. Remember the last video, we got the ice tank set up, the monster triple disc in there. Supercharger ran a 10.0 though. All right guys, no bullshit in this video. We're getting right to racing. We set this two-step to around 2,300 RPM. It makes boost pretty much instantly. We're back in the 10s. Even with that bog, it did a 10.9 at 133. After I made those first two passes, I was messing with the two-step. I brought it from like 2,400, I think, up to like 2,600. Sat on it for maybe a second and a half, and then the engine just made this god-awful noise, and it's just tapping like crazy. So it looks like the 5.3 is coming out. Whoa! Look at that. Totally bent. We have the replacement engine. But this is a 6.0. It's a Gen 4 motor. Code is an LY6. Only thing I'm gonna have to do really is pull it apart, and we're going to gap the rings. Rat's nest. I paid to have it honed. They checked the cylinders for me. They said everything's good to go. I could throw the stock pistons back in. I did decide to go with the Summit Racing Pro LS forged rotating assembly. Pulling on that thread of while I'm in there, I'm doing forged internals now. But I figured it's kind of worth it for this car because this is kind of the car that started it all. Today we're gonna start getting the 6.0 together. We need to open this up, so that's why I ordered those 1 thou oversized bearings. That's going to give us an extra thou of oil clearance. Also, we have a rod vise. So the heads are back from the machine shop. Gotta thank Head Games Motorworks. They completely just overhauled the 6.0 heads. You guys remember we went over to Tune Time. I disassembled them. They put them on their CNC and did some porting to them. After that, Head Games Motorworks picked them up. They completely went through them, valve guides, valve job. Ferreira supplied the valves, so thanks to them for giving us a set of valves for these guys. To the Brian Tooley Racing Stage 4 blower cam, so we can get our cam in. See, cam's perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, this is always kind of a street car. Even when that's the whole reason why I swapped it, and I wanted to make big power later on. But my initial goal with this whole thing and boost was like 700 wheel horsepower. I had a horsepower number. I didn't have a time, a quarter mile time. My goal was a 700 horsepower. I didn't quite hit that number, but the car did way better than I thought it was going to do with the track. I was expecting this thing to do maybe low 11s. First hit out on drag radials, it did like a 10.8 at 133. So I was in the 10s, which I wasn't expecting to really do right away with this thing. But yeah, I want a 9-second, even if it's just barely a high 9-second stick shift, daily drivable, full interior, AC, nothing sacrificed street car. That is my end goal with this new 6.0. I did get the Terminator X Max. I'm gonna grab the laptop, let me figure out the injector stuff, and I'll come back with you guys when we're ready to start this thing up. Oil pressure is still good. All right, well, other than that, we were doing pretty good. I don't know what's going on there. They're tight too. I guess it's just not tight enough. So I'm gonna be swapping these out for a reclining back, a little less aggressive seat that's gonna be better for daily driving. This looks like a really nice kind of like an 80 seat with this pattern here. They fit really, really good. I love the way that the lines there kind of match the door panel. Welcome to the Camaro's tuning video. This is the first time the thing's getting revved out to redline. All right guys, so we're kind of dialing everything in. We just did a couple of very, very short pulls trying to see where the fueling's at. And for some reason, it's going lean up top. Those two little blips that we gave it, we made 508 horse, 572 torque, and look at the torque curve on that thing. So I have the back apart now. Once again, that freaking door coming in handy. We checked to see if the connection at the pump split, which it didn't. We're kind of figuring it is the pump, because when I first got this thing tuned here with the old 5.3, we had the exact same issue with the fuel pressure dropping off when I had the 400 in here, and that's exactly what it was. I got like a Chinese knockoff pump, and they swapped in another 400 and it fixed it.
Spun the tires. It did, right? Yeah. I could smell it. Yeah. So basically at about 5600 RPM, looks like your alternator cut out, and it went down to battery voltage at about 12.6. And the alternator came back again.
And what, the fuel pressure dipped at the same time, right?
And yeah, you could see the fuel pressure dip because the voltage to the pumps dipped. So it'll also lose fuel pressure. And then the fuel pressure itself is slowly dropping.
So from the tank to the rail, we have a dash 8 feed line. For the pump, I ended up putting a Walbro 450 in there. I didn't really want to deal with the dual pumps. Regular idle, it's pretty quiet, but when you open it up, you can really hear the freaking ham. I'm heading back over to pick up James. We're going over to tune time. Hopefully, today's gonna be the day we get final numbers on the Camaro. Just finished another pull. The alternator cut out again. We got 627, 575. Because just like last time, for some reason at about 5,700 RPM, the alternator turns off for like 200 RPM, fuel pressure goes to shit, then it turns back on 200 RPM later. And I put a terminal on there and I just jumped it straight to the power terminal. All right, alternator was fine on that run. We got 631, 576. As for our final numbers, yes, we did make 649 for horsepower, 586 for torque. I'm very happy with the numbers. All right, guys, here we go. First run. I'm not going for a time here. We just want to get a data log, see how it feels with the new tires. First time on bias ply skinnies. Try to launch it again to get it hopefully smoother off the line, not bog as much. The car is just extremely happy today. Here we are, start of the day. We did a 10.7, a 10.6, 10.4, one at 134. I'm sorry, 138. Second gear wasn't having it. Wound it out a little further to like 6,800 instead of 65. And the higher you go with it, the synchro hates it. But I'm gonna try again. The drag is telling me 10.49 on that one. If it's accurate, that's pretty close to our best pass. I'm just gonna hot lap it, man. Let's see what it does.